Hey, what's up? This is Danny from Fitness Saved My Life. I'm here with my sister, my friend, very special guest, Kim Jackman. I've known Kim for over 13 years. We started our law enforcement careers together. We actually was in an academy together. I watched her go from being in great shape to being out of shape and now probably in the best shape of her life. I'm inspired by her story, her journey. I'm pretty sure she's gonna inspire the people, inspire you. I asked her to come on this show because of that, because I know it wasn't a easy journey. And a lot of my listeners, a lot of my followers are on their own journey. And sometimes you just need to hear somebody, a regular everyday person, to kind of like so to keep you going and so somebody you got can identify with. So welcome, Kim. Thank
Thank
you
you, Danny.
for being here. I appreciate you for taking the time in your busy schedule.
Thank you for
And
having me.
thank you. First, I wanted to say, how was your day? How you doing?
Day was good. I was off from work today, so I got some things done.
This is like deja vu, right?
Yes.
All right. So, quick question. Like, so where you from?
All right. So I was born and raised in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I was about 12, my mother got married and we moved out here to Long Island. So I've been here ever since, never went
Ever since.
back. Yeah.
Nice. And you still currently live in Long Island?
Yes.
Dope, dope. And you work in Long Island as well.
I work in Long Island as well, but I work further out east.
Okay, cool, cool. So, how was your childhood?
My childhood was good,
Mm-hmm.
definitely blessed. My mother was a single mother. She's a great mother.
Mm-hmm.
She did what she had to do to make sure to take care of us. I have two older brothers. They were good father type figures for me also. My
Mm-hmm.
father was in my life as well, more so from my teenage years on until he passed. Um, but listen, my mom made sure that we knew that there was more outside of Brooklyn. We did a lot of traveling. I really cannot complain about my childhood at all. I'm definitely blessed.
That's
She's a
dope.
very strong
That's dope.
woman.
So, you said you moved to Long Island when you was 12. So definitely have some Brooklyn memories. Is there like a difference from growing up in Brooklyn versus growing up in Long Island? Was there a difference?
Well, the first difference was I could leave the block here. So when we were living in Brooklyn, I pretty much if I would go to the corner store and then back, but my mother really didn't give me the opportunity to venture out. I think that would have come if we had stayed.
Yeah.
Um, but no, we moved out here. There's nothing out here but crickets at that time
Hmm.
in 92. Nothing but crickets, really kids ride their bikes. So she really didn't have a thought about me taking off. Just make sure you wear your helmet, which I
Yeah.
didn't. And that was it.
Dope,
So that
dope.
was one immediate difference. But I still hated it out here. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
big difference from Brooklyn. But it grew on me, and I wouldn't go back to Brooklyn now if you paid me. No, I'm gonna stay out here. I like the quiet. I like
Hmm.
walking down the block and nobody's around me. I like that.
Yeah. Dope, dope. And as a kid, like, were you active? Were you involved in any sports?
Yes. So in Brooklyn, either I was too young or the sports weren't available there. But when we came out here, I was going into seventh grade, and that's where you could start doing after school sports here. So I jumped into track and softball.
Hmm.
And then when I went off to high school, I pretty much stayed with track, winter track and spring track. So I did that up until my junior year, and then I
Hmm.
stopped
Dope,
my
dope.
senior year.
So I noticed too, like your workouts, when I'm looking on your IG and your Facebook, is very active. Like it's not, you're using a lot of like your agility muscles and your workouts are athlete based, they're boot camps. So do you think growing up with that background that played a part in, you being into that type of working out, that type of fitness?
Yeah, I definitely do because, like, say I primarily focused on being, I don't know, dancing as a
Hmm.
teenager. I wouldn't find myself doing, calisthenics and
Right,
push-ups and stuff
right.
like that. Not necessarily. So I
Hmm.
think everything played a part in what I do now. The team aspect. So when I go to boot camp, it's a group of people. Everybody, like the academy, everybody completes.
Hmm.
Nobody's left behind. So If I look back in high school, it's the same thing, group workouts.
Yep.
And that's what I like, the group workouts. When I would go to the gym, I would do, like Zumba or something like that, because that's a group
Hmm.
workout,
Yeah,
not really with the doing things by myself. So yes, one thing did lead into the next thing. I do believe so.
that's dope. So how often do you work out? Like, what's your workout schedule?
It's about 4 times a week.
4 times a week. And you go to the
Yeah.
boot camps?
I go to the boot camp. Yeah, it's pretty
Dope.
strenuous. That's why it's like 4 times a week. Um, the other days though, I'll try to find something to do, whether it's walking. I have a
Hmm.
dog. She's over here. She likes to walk, so I do a lot of walking with her. She gets walked 3 times a day because she's spoiled.
Hmm. Dope.
Um, so there is some kind of there's active rest going on the 3 days.
So I follow your boot camp on social media on Instagram. So I really like their style of working out. It's like military style, but it's
Yes.
also inspiring. You know, they yelling at you, but it's more of a motivational type of yelling from what I saw. You know, it's not insulting, it's not disrespectful, but it's like, yo, pick that shit up. You know, you can do it. That type of talk. Like, so I
Yeah.
want you to shout them out. Like, what's the name of the boot camp and where they're located?
All right. So they're located in Mineola, and their name is Mastani. It's the Military Style Training Academy of New York. It is military based training.
Mm-hmm.
The instructors are either active or retired Marines.
Mm-hmm.
It is a workout like no other. Yes, they do scream in your face. But honestly, you're working so hard, you don't hear it.
Yeah.
I watched their page for like a year before I even had the guts to walk in the door. So
Wow.
I challenge anybody to just come and walk in the
Mm-hmm.
door, and the rest will take care of itself.
Yeah.
You'll make it through the hour, and it'll be an experience like no other. Even if you never come back, you could say that I went to Mastani and took a class.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's really amazing. I want you to
Yeah.
come one
I
day.
know. You invited me and I'm gonna make it my way. You know,
The
Long Island's
invitation,
a little far from me, but I'm gonna make it out there, definitely.
yes,
Definitely.
invitation still stands. I
Yeah.
got to come to you too. You come to me, and I come
Yeah.
to you.
See, I done transition. I do Zoom classes now. So
I
you
saw
can do it
that.
right in your living room with me.
I
Right
could.
in
That's
your living
right.
room. Yep.
See, I told you, I like the team aspect.
Now
We're gonna
I
get back. We're not
know.
gonna be zooming and all that stuff forever
I
now.
know, I know, but for now I gotta go with the times. You know, I gotta be fit. You know, so it's good for me. I go right downstairs in my basement. It's convenient, you know, but I
Hmm.
do miss that in your face, that connection you get from actually working out with someone in their face. But I like the Zoom. I didn't realize how effective it was gonna be until I
Yeah.
actually, got into it. So it's good. You
During
know.
the pandemic, that's what they were doing Zoom workouts too, and it got us through. But
Hmm.
like I said, whenever you come ready to come check us out, or if any of you guys want to come check us out, is at Mastani Boot Camp.
Yeah, we
On
gonna be there.
Instagram.
I might come with my boot camp crew from Zoom, and we make it like a road trip. Come out there, so that would be
Yeah,
dope.
that would be dope.
So, like, have you ever? Well, I know you have because I know you, but maybe the people don't know. Like, have you ever, or like, how was it when you went through that period of being unhealthy? You know, living that sedentary lifestyle. Like, I know we all go through it. Like, how was that? Like, what was that experience like?
So I didn't realize how bad off I was until I saw a picture that someone had taken of me,
Mm,
and I was like, "Wow, I put on a lot of weight. I
mhm.
had some ailments and things that would just hurt and stuff, and I never really attributed it to the fact that I was carrying all this extra weight, and my body just was not used to it. So
Right.
it was a real eye opener once I saw that picture. Um, and that got me to really take a step back and be like, yo, what am I doing? And what I was
Mhm,
doing was just not eating properly, not moving. um I wasn't in a relationship that wasn't really good,
mhm.
and emotionally eating from that.
Yeah.
And it was also carrying on to my child, because what she eats I eat.
Mhm.
um and I could see the effects that it was having on her, and I knew I had to make a change,
Yeah.
because it wasn't healthy at all.
Mm. So, what was your biggest weight that you can remember?
So I got up to 208.
Mhm.
I'm 5'5", so I was
Yeah.
208 pounds. but I'm curvy. So people would say, I don't remember you being that big, or no way, or well, you carried it well, whatever that means.
Right.
It's just you certain, you know, I was curvy, so certain things would hide other areas. But
Hmm.
I wore a size 16, sometimes size 18 in
Yeah.
pants. Like when I was getting rid of that stuff, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I wore these.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen you before and after, so yeah,
Hmm.
you could definitely see the difference. But like you said, when you was 208, you was curvy. When you hear that number, or you see that number matching with someone who's 5'5", you may think you have in your mind they look a certain way, but everybody carries weight differently. You and I talked about this, that you can be 208 and stand next to somebody else who is exactly 208, and your bodies look completely different.
Yep,
Someone could just have more muscle mass and be more toned than you are, but y'all weigh the same exact amount. So
exactly.
I don't want people to get misconstrued or get stuck on a number thinking that just because they weigh a certain amount, that means they're unhealthy. But,
Right.
it's all about body fat, hip to waist ratio, all of those different things that people don't realize that really affects your health. It's not really the weight. It's where is that weight at? You got a lot of fat. Are you having a lot of fat covering your heart and your arteries? Is your blood able to flow and that type of stuff? So yeah, um, you was 208. You
That
was
was
out
not
of
muscle.
shape. It was right, right. It wasn't muscle. So like, what made you like just be like, yo, this is it? What was that?
So, so one was the picture. Two, I had developed some pain in my neck area.
Hmm.
And when I went to get it checked out, this was around, I was about 34. When I went to get it checked out, they told me I had some herniated discs in my neck.
Hmm.
And that they would do a series of epidurals to see if that would help. And the series of epidurals did help. But he also told me, the doctor told me, um, no lifting above your head. And I said to him, so that means like if I want to put something heavy in the closet, he said, you should have somebody do it for you. Now I'm 34, 35 years old. And I'm like, are you serious right now? Like, no, that's not going to work. So yeah, against medical advice, I was like, I got to find another way to fix this issue. Um, so that was the second reason I took that, what he told me in the doctor's office, and decided I'm going to drop some of this weight. I don't want to be in a position where I'm at work and something happened and I can't move my own body.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna make a stronger body. If I develop a stronger body, then it can help with what's hurting. It'll help stabilize the weak
Yep.
points in my body.
I don't mean to cut you off, but it's funny you say that because not saying anything against doctors, but they're not banking on for somebody like you to think like that. They're
Hmm.
banking on you to go to them for a quick solution, which is getting that shot, which
Yeah.
have you keep coming back. The money's in the medicine. So of course they probably even know, and maybe they don't know, but they probably know, if she works out, if she lose a little bit of weight, it'll take the pressure off her neck and build the strength around it. They probably already know this,
Yeah.
but
People who promote the pain push the pill.
exactly, exactly. So I'm so glad that you was knowledgeable enough to be like, nah, I know another way. Because like you said, I'm 34, 35 years old.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to put something up in my closet. Like,
Made no sense.
yeah, I live alone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my daughter's shorter than me. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So yeah. Okay. So what's the third thing? I'm sorry.
And the third thing was, we're young, so we feel that we're invincible. And the fact of the matter is that that's not true.
Hmm.
I lost someone very close to me, and he was young, and I feel like, hold on one second, you can still see me. Why is it saying low power?
Okay. Your
Okay.
video went out.
Um, the fact of the matter is that I feel that if he had taken the proper steps to maintain his health, changed his lifestyle, ate healthy, that he
Hmm.
could still be here today. Now, our stories are all written before we get here, but I, the steps that he was taking were not conducive to a healthy lifestyle. And ultimately, that's what took his life. And that really was life changing for me, to see that happen. And it was one of the things that catapulted me into making sure that I say that I do what I say I'm going to do, and that I stick with it, and that it's just not, I'm just doing this now because I want to lose weight now and that's it. No, this is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. So I can't guarantee that I'm here tomorrow, but at least I'm
You
living in
doing
a
your
healthier.
part.
Well, yeah, I'm doing my part. I'm not sabotaging what I'm walking around in all day.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's it's funny you say that, because when I talk to my clients about, you know, fitness and why you want to get in shape, and a lot of them it be, I want to go on vacation, or I want to, look good for a wedding, or my birthday's coming up, all of these things, which is good. But
Right.
if you listen to your story just now, you gave me three reasons, and each reason got deeper. That's why I tell my clients to dig deep, because the deeper the reason why you want to get in shape and live a healthier lifestyle, the more you're going to stick to it. So the first thing you said was you looked in the mirror. Oh no, you took a picture and you didn't like what you saw in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
So an easy fix for that would be don't take pictures, or just take only headshots. How many times we look on Instagram, we see a girl or a guy, all of their pictures is
Yeah.
from the neck up.
Yeah.
So now,
Or
yeah,
or up here.
yeah, like angles, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
all of that. And that's
Exactly.
an easy fix. Or that's a way to avoid, like you said, being healthy and being fit. But another way
Mm-hmm.
you dug deeper was when you got that diagnosis from the doctor and they told you what your condition was, and you looked at it like, nah, you know what? I need to find, get myself strong, and, you know, be better as a person and be stronger to fix this, and not worry or be dependent on this medicine that they want to inject me with at 34 years old. So that's another way you dug deep, which is amazing, kept you going. And then unfortunately, you lost someone close to you. And instead of looking at that, a lot of people repeat the cycle. They'll look at someone passed away from drinking, and they'll go to the funeral, to the repast, and they all drinking. This is for you. No, this is what killed that person. Like, let's not repeat that. Let's not continue that. So when you looked at your friend that you lost and you decided to change your life, like, that's the deepest you can dig, and you
Mm-hmm.
can always go back to that. What I'm
Yep.
saying? There's no fix for that. That's something that happened. That feeling, how you felt, it's probably something that could have been avoided. And you just, dug deep and you use that as motivation to better yourself. So that's dope. I commend you for that. That's real dope.
Thank
Um,
you.
Thank you for sharing that. So
Thank you.
a question I want to ask you too, on a lighter note. So, besides the physical and health benefits of working out, do you see any mental benefits from it?
Absolutely. So for that 1 hour or so that I'm working out, I don't have anything on my mind. Now,
Mm-hmm.
we all live busy lifestyles with our kids, with work, with the world, everything that's going on, cousins, siblings, whatever. We're all ripping and running and moving, and your mind is always moving all the time, except for when you're sleeping, you
Yeah.
know? And for me, it's hard to take a moment to find that peace. Like some people are able to meditate, or they can do yoga, but my
Mm-hmm.
mind is always racing. So even during meditation, I can't even, I can't focus enough. Look, I get distracted when I'm praying. Okay. So,
Dear God, wait, is that stove still on?
right. So when I go to my boot camp, or if I go to the gym, or if I decide to, beat the streets and run for that hour, I don't have anything to think about except for just
Mm-hmm.
what I'm doing at that moment. And even that's not a thought. It's just so fluid. And I need that for
Mm-hmm.
myself right now. I need that to keep my sanity,
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
especially with the way the world is now, with what we do for work. I need that moment in time to just blank out.
Mm-hmm. Tap
Um,
in. Yeah,
yeah.
love
Yeah.
that. Love that. So, if you can go back, what are you, 40 now? Looking 30?
Almost. Another month.
Almost?
I got another
Oh,
month.
okay.
Yes.
Got it. Got it. Another month. Happy early birthday. If
Thank
you could
you.
go back to your 21-year-old self, what would you like? Just what would you say to yourself? Like if you could go and see yourself at 21, do
Drink
everything that you
water.
want. Drink water, drink water.
I used to never drink water. Drink water.
So how the lack of water, how has that affected you? You think?
I think it just makes for a more um what's the word I'm looking for? Recovered body. Like
Mm,
if I don't drink water during the day, at least close to a gallon, like I feel it. I can
mm,
feel it. My skin is dry, my hair is dry, my lips are
mm.
dry, my breath doesn't feel right. It's you need water. It's so
Yeah.
important. And I never drink water.
Mm,
My daughter's grandmother used to always make sure my daughter drinks. She drinks water.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
not from me. That's from great grandma.
Hmm.
And she would try to press me, and I'd be like, water tastes nasty. Does that even make any sense? Water tastes nasty.
I know.
You have to hydrate. You have to hydrate.
Absolutely.
You can go without food, but you'll die without water.
Yep. 100%. I agree. That's good advice. I would have thought, you know, because if you go to your 21-year-old self and say drink water, they're gonna be like, why? And you would have to explain that like just like that,
Mm-hmm.
but absolutely water is so crucial. People don't realize that.
Yep.
I know this interview ain't about me, but I want to, being that you said drink water, let me tell you this crazy, I'm gonna keep it short, but
Mm-hmm.
this crazy story. So I was going to the doctor, I get regular checkups, and I did the urine test and everything. So they checked my urine, and the doctor said that you got protein in your urine. So I'm like, protein. So she was like, your kidneys function is to filter out everything, and protein is supposed to get through your urine. So that means your kidneys aren't functioning the way it's functioning. So I was like, all right, so what does that mean? So we started running tests, and my levels came back, said I was in between stage 2 and stage 3 kidney disease. She said
Wow.
that doesn't mean, but that's what it looks like. And me, I'm like a hypochondriac. I think I'm dying. Like I'm Googling. I'm like, oh shit, I got kidney
Somebody give
disease.
me a
Like,
kidney now.
like what the fuck? It's like it's not curable. You can only slow it down. So she started asking me about my lifestyle. Like, what do I do every day? So
Mm-hmm.
this is when I was training crazy. I was training 3 times a day. I was training in the morning before work. I trained during lunch break. People that I work with during my lunch break. I trained after work. And literally, this was every single day. And when I train with my clients, I'm working out with them. So if I got 2 clients back to back that wants to be better runners, we're running together. Or lifting,
Right.
they lifting, I'm feeling it with them. But in the best shape of my life physically. At least that's what I thought. So then the doctor said, how much water are you drinking? And I was like, drinking water. And she's like, it doesn't sound like you're drinking enough water to support the water that you're losing from working out so much. Because,
Mm.
sweating and all of that. So she said, go to slow down with the workouts. Don't work out with your clients as much and double up on your water intake and come back in about 2 weeks. So I did that, went back, and all my levels normalized. Like everything,
Yeah.
I was like, I went from thinking I was dying to
Yeah.
like, oh, yes, water. Let me drink
You're
some
just,
water now.
you're just thirsty. Yes,
But my
thirsty.
kidneys was malfunctioning
Mm-hmm.
from the
You
lack
almost
of
sent
water.
yourself into freaking kidney failure.
Yes, or dehydration
Yeah.
and yeah, like so. Absolutely. So I wanted to tell that story. That was, funny you brought up the water part.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so fast forward, or let's get to your professional life. We both became officers around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what made you become an officer? Like, what was that? How did that start?
And I wish I had like some deep founded answer for you, but the fact of the matter is my mother said you're gonna take this test.
Mm, me
And
too.
I said, I was like, I don't think I want to do that. And she was like, okay, you're still gonna take this test.
Hmm.
And I'm thankful that she made me do it. Because I love what I do.
Yep.
I get to help people, I get to talk to people and interact with people. You meet people from all walks of life in criminal court.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
I'm glad I have the career that I have now. But
Hmm.
essentially, yeah, my mother strongly suggested, forced, paid for me to take the test.
Dope. Yeah, me too. I was 17 years old. My mother, was like, I was like, I don't want to go to college. She was like, well, you go do something. I'm like, I don't want to be in law enforcement. I wanted to be a rapper. I'm like, I don't want
Right.
to be no cop. No, I don't want to do that. But like you said, it was a blessing for me, my kids. It got me in a different mindset, and
Hmm.
it just changed my life for the better. You
Yeah.
so also you're a part of an elite squad. It's called SRT,
Hmm.
Special Response Team. Not everybody can do that. That's like the training is extensive. The what is it, Hell Week.
Yeah.
You know,
5 days.
I know all about it. I've trained people to become a part of that squad. So
Hmm.
tell me about that experience with the Special
So
Response Team.
SRT came. The announcement came out, and um, at the time, I had been training with my boot camp, and it's essentially the same type of workouts.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a sergeant come up to me and say, you should do this. And I was like, I don't know if I want to. He was like, no, you should do it. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, whatever, I'll give it a shot. It was a challenge. I saw it as a challenge, and things that challenge you promote growth. And I'd been on the job for, at that point, like 10 something years.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw this as an opportunity to try and grow in my career,
Yep.
and also learn new things besides what we currently do on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
So if the situation gets out of hand, and you need more officers there, we would be the ones that would come in. And it can happen at any time, any
Mm-hmm.
day. You got
Yep.
to just be ready when they say let's go. You have to be like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
And I liked that that aspect of it. um
Mm-hmm.
the physical part of it, I thought it was fun. I enjoyed it. Yes, it was taxing on the body. My body
Yeah.
was sore. Things started hurting that didn't hurt before.
Yep.
I'm taking cold showers, which sucks, but that's what you had to
Mm-hmm.
do. But it was more mental. You just had to say to yourself, like, all right, this hurts, but I came here with a purpose. I want to
Yep.
finish what I'm doing, and
Finish
I'm
it.
gonna
Yep.
do that. And then also just the notoriety, being like, yeah, I was able to do this. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
there was, I knew that I could do it. Pull-ups were a challenge for me,
Yep.
and they still are. But besides that, I knew I could get it done. And then it feels so good to be like one of four females
Yeah.
that
Yep.
finished. There were like 70 of us to start, only 40 finished, and then I'm one of four females.
Wow.
And,
That's amazing.
you know,
Yeah.
one of four females and the only black female.
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you, I trained Laura a couple of years
Hmm.
before you got in,
Yes.
and a lot of people
I
was,
think she was there right before me because I remember seeing her pictures.
yep,
Hmm.
and I was actually thinking about doing it, but when you go through the application and they tell you they could call you at any time or activate you at any time.
Yeah.
I have so much going on after work, and I didn't want to interfere with my routine and my own personal businesses and training that I do. So I just opted out, but I did help a few people get in, and Laura was like one of them.
Hmm.
And I contacted somebody from the academy, and they sent me a printout of all of the workouts, and we literally did every single thing on that list every day for, I don't know, maybe about 3 or 4 months before I think they give you a couple of months
Yeah.
before the class start to like kind of like get ready.
Yeah.
But if you're not in good shape before that, 3 or 4 months probably won't be enough for you to get in shape, because it's
Hmm.
very strange, like you said, mental too. But we
And it's
did
not,
it.
you're not just doing that one day. Like you have to do
Right.
it continuous. Yeah.
Every single day. And then, they make you run 3 miles, and
Yeah.
then you come back, walk up 12 flights.
Yeah.
Go to 12 flights, and you go through PT, burpees, leg lifts, push ups, sit up, all of that. And then they beat you up, and then you got to fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to fight each other.
Now we got to fight.
Yeah, like Laura would come and show me bruises and all kind of, and she got through it. I was so proud. I feel like we got through it.
Hmm.
So I'm
Yeah.
proud of you, because I don't know it firsthand, but I know how tough it is. especially, you like you said, one of four women, like, because
Mhm.
they don't slack just because you're a girl. You
No,
got to do the same thing the men do. Ain't no modified push-ups, none of that. Everybody got
my
to do
friend,
the
let me
same
tell
thing.
you something. The first day I got knocked on my ass by a
Hmm.
guy. And his first inclination was to help me up. And they were like, no, 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 don't help her up.
Yep,
I was like,
exactly.
no, I was like, no, 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 don't help me up. I went right
Hmm.
back at him. And
Dope.
that's the mentality you have to have. And the
Hmm.
people that made it had that mentality. And I couldn't be, more thankful to have that set of people around me. Because if you're a quitter, yeah, we don't want you here.
That's it. Yep. You never know, because like you said, you quit in here in a controlled environment. When it gets real out there, you really
Right.
gonna quit.
Yep.
So yeah, absolutely. So also, um, your career, you're very successful in your career. You're a successful mom. From my point of view, but I want to know, what's your definition of success?
I would say that's being the best person that you can be, and living your purpose, finding your purpose and living your purpose. That's what being
Absolutely.
successful is. You can't, I'm not going to say, oh, having a whole bunch of money
Mhm.
or owning cars and stuff like that. All I could be going like this. Who you are
Exactly.
at the core,
Yep.
um, that's the meaning of success to me.
And last one, well, not last one, but coming up, how has fitness saved your life personally?
So, fitness again is my escape. And I know I mentioned before that I had lost someone. It's actually my boyfriend I had lost
Hmm.
suddenly. And that had me at an all-time low in my life, because I was there with him. So it was also my mind was playing, like the I didn't do what I had to do to save him, but our stories are written before we got here.
Yeah.
And then I also had to make sure that I kept my mind straight because I still have a child to raise. I still have a job to go to. I still have things to perform. I have to
Yes.
be there for my mother and stuff too. So there were times where I was just so, so, so depressed. As that's normal. You're grieving. That's the things that you're gonna go through. But I didn't want to put my misery on other people. I didn't want my daughter to see me at those points. And I would take that time where I'm feeling my lowest, and it might be 5 o'clock in the morning. I will hop up and throw my clothes on and just go run. And for that moment, I was able to just release everything that I was dealing with. And it gave me a sense of just feeling better. That's the endorphins that are being released by working out, so I wasn't so, so down. And that's really what I ran to every time that I felt like I was just so overwhelmed with everything that had happened. I'm not a drinker, so I wasn't going to go, pour my life into a bottle.
Hmm.
And that's not healthy living anyway.
Yep.
So fitness, when I say fitness saved my life, yes, it helped me with my aches and my pains, and I built a better body and stuff like that. But mentally, it took me to a place where I at that moment I felt like everything was okay.
Mm.
Compounded with other things, prayer, therapy, all that stuff and everything.
Yep.
But um, yeah, if it wasn't for that, I'm not exactly sure if I would have been able to recover and move forward with my life, and
Wow.
understanding life on life's terms
Hmm.
without fitness.
Wow. That's I want to end it there, but I have like a one or two more questions. But that was amazing. Like I really felt that, and people don't realize, fitness is more than just being in shape. Fitness gives you confidence to deal with everyday life
Mm-hmm.
struggles and what it throws at you. Because like you said, it's that escape. And it's just, I don't know, it's saved my life. That's why I started this podcast, because I know if it saves my life, it saves millions of lives, and I just want to be a
Mm-hmm.
part of that. So right now we're in 2020. Tensions are high, election year. I'm not really going to get into the politics, but I just want to know, how have you and your family been dealing with like the coronavirus pandemic and just the environment going on, the tension, everything going on in the world?
um One day at a time.
Hmm.
Sometimes one moment at a time. When everything kicked off, my mother's older. I won't say elderly in case she's watching this. Um, but I was concerned with her. And then my daughter also, I was concerned with her because she's in the risk category because of her weight. So I was pretty much the runner for everything. And I had no second thoughts about it. I'll be the one to go do this, do that, do that. Just please just stay in the house. And I was lucky that they were very okay with it. They didn't buck back at me too much with that. So now here we are some months later, still the same mentality. My mother, she stays home. She had knee replacement surgery, so that helps with her being home.
Right.
My daughter is now working. She's in her second week of work, but she is taking her vitamins. She's cautious. But before Corona happened, to be honest with you, Danny, I was always the kind of like, you too close, back up,
Yeah.
wash your hands kind of person anyway. So my friends laugh. They'd be like, "You've been training for this your whole life." I'm like, "Yes,
Right. Yep.
yes, I have." Now step away from me, please.
Right, for real, 6 feet.
But I mean, exercise for me helps with it also. I did my workouts in the backyard. I did a challenge by myself. Actually, not by myself. I did it with a group of people over Zoom. My mother was in the challenge as well.
Nice.
So that was something that we were doing together. It made her stronger for her knee replacement surgery that was coming up. It helped just keep me on track until we got back into the facility at the boot camp. And just took it day by day. There were some days that I just didn't feel like doing anything, but my advice for everybody that's dealing with this right now is just don't let it overwhelm you. And you have to, I would detach a lot. I didn't spend a lot of time on social media. I'll be on Instagram, but I try not to stay on Facebook because there's a lot of words on Facebook and you don't really need to see and read everybody's freaking thoughts. You can go on Instagram and look at puppies and kittens all day long, but Facebook was a different beast. And I just kind of left that alone for my sanity.
Yep.
So you control what you take in.
Yeah, like people don't realize, when we think of diet, we think of food, but that mental diet is just as important. What you take into your mind, into your thoughts. So you
From the
gotta
beginning of the
watch
day,
that.
from the first thing that you do in the morning, if the first thing that you do in the morning is to reach for that phone and then you want to see, what terrible thing happened overnight, that's gonna carry you on to now you're distracted, you ain't drink your water first. You ain't drink your water first, you didn't prep your meals. And it just keeps going down and down and down and down, and your whole day is shot from that first
I
thing.
always say when you like people be like, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I used to be like, but you got two sides. Like if
Yeah.
you woke up on the wrong side, I'm going on the other
On
side.
the
Like
right
it's
side.
all about choices,
Yes.
So like you 100% right, 100% right. So before we go, I want to do something called word association. So I'm going to ask you mention a few names or phrases. You just say the first thing that comes to your mind. All right,
Okay.
it's going to be about five. Boot camp.
Challenging.
2020.
Whew. A year I won't forget.
Quarantine.
Necessary.
Fear.
Uh, Fear. What is that?
Mm. Kim Jackman.
Uh, Happy.
Mm. Love it. Love it. Listen, well, thank you, Kim. I'm really appreciative of you coming out, you sharing your story.
Mm-hmm.
I'm inspired. I learned some new things about you, about your family, about your loss. I knew you lost someone. I just didn't know how it affected you. It's hard to gauge through social media.
Yeah.
And I just thank you for coming out and just sharing your story and being open. And I'm proud of you. I've always been proud of you.
Thank you.
We've known
I'm
each
proud
other
of
for
you too, man.
years. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You've been doing a lot of things, and I see you, I see your boys. My goodness, they're going so fast.
I
And
know.
how you are with your family. And it's just, listen, you've grown so much, and it's really impressive.
Thank you. I appreciate
You,
that.
despite all odds and whatever else might be going on in your life, you're doing it.
And
I got one thing I want to say before this is over,
yeah, you can
and
say two, three things.
because I don't think I touched on it during the whole thing, But again, I'm gonna take this opportunity to impress upon my people, whomever you are out there, to please make sure you check with your doctor regularly. Okay, the older you are, you should be going every year.
Yep.
You know, but if you haven't been, now's a good time to start. My
Yes.
Black men, please go to the doctor. Okay, don't be scared to
Absolutely.
go. Check and see the little aches and pains that you think are nothing. As you said, with the drinking water, you didn't even realize
Nope.
that water was so essential, but you knew because you went to your doctor.
Yep.
So let that be one of my many messages.
Yes.
But I can't impress enough that you must do your regular checkups and all
Absolutely.
your regular testing and all that stuff.
Yep.
Um, that's my message for
Love
you.
it. Love it. Oh, real quick.
Mm.
I was a little distracted by that little red little cat behind you. Is that a can you bring that closer? What does that say?
Can you see it?
Oh yeah, I got you. Black Lives Matter. That's right. Love
That's
it. Love
right.
it.
That's
Love it.
right.
This video is probably gonna drop after the election. So just everybody vote. Hope you voted. Hope you
Yes,
you know exercise your right no matter who you voted for. Just let your
exactly.
voice be heard. All
Yes,
right. God
yes.
bless you. Be safe. All right.
Bless you
I'll
too,
see you
Danny.
soon. I'll see you soon. I'll send you all of the info. And
All right.
Wednesday, this Wednesday, if you're not doing nothing, 7:30, I want to invite you to my class.
Okay.
Wednesday. It's called Weight Loss Wednesdays. I think you're
All
gonna
right.
like it. I'm not even gonna give you the details of what it is, but I know you'll like it. It's something similar to what you do already.
All right.
All
I'll come
right.
check it. Mm-hmm.
All right. Be good.
Thank you. You too.